The mac and cheese was really, really good. The banh mi wasn't bad, but it would not stay on the bread. Probably because it was tofu and not potato.
They said this was a St. Patty's cookie.
No.
But I'm not sure what that means.
Is it Irish cream filling?
I mean, I guess it's an Irish cream.
Can I check?
That'd be my guess.
Are these empty also?
It's really good though.
Okay, that's fine. I was just...
Well, I don't know how I'm going.
Does anyone else want this?
I wouldn't mind trying it.
Yes. Spread the cookie around.
More
really full, so...
cinnamony gingerbread then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a gingerbread, definitely gingerbready.
No, thank you.
Matt, would you like the communal cookie?
No.
St. Patrick's Day cookie.
Thank you, though.
Thanks.
I guess if y'all want to vote on which y'all would rather do, just blow up powder or try and make an ally to blow up or stop the guys.
So I don't feel very...
This is
Assuming that this is real and not a game,
Which I feel like we've gotten to the point of.
I think we can all agree on that. So that being assumed, I don't necessarily think that unleashing a monster equivalent to Godzilla near a city is a very moral thing to do.
Near a city that at least our chancellor wants to go to, because your inheritance is there apparently.
Yeah.
So it might trap us in here longer, but
There'll be a place to go outside.
I mean, if we get our hands on our drill thing and can make that work, I'm still.
So to make that work, we would have to not blow up the powder. So I think we would.
Need to go get some allies to.
I think our best opportunity, we could try to take them on. And if we are winning, we can not blow up the powder. And if we're losing, then we can blow up the powder.
First.
Okay. So should we try to take them on without seeing if the Legion will help, or sneak past them and then come back with the Legion?
How if we just walk by and like and be like, hey guys, the thing we're looking for ended, so we're leaving now, and then we leave, and then we instead meet up with the Legion and then creep back and see if we can catch them slightly less aware.
Sure. To try to get the Legion? Okay.
Can't hurt. We didn't fight them long, but they definitely did some serious damage.
Well, the only other thing is, we don't exactly know the Legion's motivation, so we could be in a bad situation if we tell the Legion what's going on, and they're like, we will follow the creature out.
Weren't they just blockading anyways?
They were blockading because they were trying to move supplies.
Okay.
And they were trying to avoid the rubble coming down. But they didn't seem like they were interested in going after them, or they could have just done it.
Yeah, Todd,
But
Todd's pretty not paying attention during that Legion encounter, so...
But I don't know if they know what those people were doing.
That's true.
We could always just, like, leave in the parts that make them want to help us and leave out any of the other parts that might make things go weird. So, I mean, if we show up and curb stomp all those dudes, they're not going to have a chance to explain to Legion, oh yeah, we're actually on your side or something. So they're just going to be dead, so we can just sort the stuff out after the Godzilla cult is gone.
Yep.
Greg,
Okay.
do you have an opinion?
Nope.
Well, as a bastion and sacred keeper of life, how do you feel about releasing a creature like that?
I don't really. I mean, you make good points.
Well, do you want to die or not? This is a good place to start.
I don't think anybody wants to die.
So, this gigantic super monster that will annihilate everything that's bad is probably a bad thing, right?
Probably.
There you go. It's in your best interest to do something about that.
Possibly.
Ultimately, the decision rests on the shoulders of the chancellor, doesn't it?
Tea.
No, I'm good. It didn't seem spicy, but apparently it was just spicy enough to cause
enough.
everything to drain.
That's how it goes.
Oh, yeah.
We're getting there.
Those rolls are pretty good. I'm sure they'd be easy to make at home if I bothered to get the ingredients.
Do you want green tea or Earl Grey?
I would prefer Earl Grey.
What about you? We also have sleepy time too. We might be sleepy.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Some sleepy kind of tea.
We have peach
Right
tea.
after the meal, that's a good idea.
I will just drink whatever tea you feel like making, so you don't actually
No, Earl Grey.
have to
I'm
do
gonna go
anything
for the
different.
green tea, I think.
If it isn't in some way.
I'm gonna go for green tea also. Let me make just my food.
Then just green tea.
Green tea is all around.
Green tea is everywhere.
I think
You know, I thought
everywhere
about-
the three of us.
Pocketing a lemon on the way home yesterday, and I didn't. It would come in handy.
They make green tea with like the onion flavoring already in it. I should get that.
No. I can literally just pocket a lemon from work. It's fine.
I will say that dried lemon peel is also holds pretty well. If that's how they're doing it. As opposed to like spritzing some acid on there
Yeah,
and then telling
it's
you that
usually just
it's
like lemon
citric acid or whatever.
oil mixed in, which is not.
Are we gonna take our long rest now?
They
We already
already
did
have
that.
this.
I know, I'm joking.
Oh.
You can rest more if you need to.
I'm glad that the cats did not want to bother us while we were eating.
Yeah.
They could sense my killing intent while I was eating. Sometimes when I eat, my spirit rages like a forest fire. Extreme gourmet!
That's fine.
This is really good. Lemon, the kill claimer. This is the only note I have about this.
The kill
I
claimer.
do not know what is on this page. It's so much more acidic than anything.
Ah,
The kills are mine.
I hereby claim these kills.
I don't know why.
Keep that same attitude for when you get to see him.
I was gonna say that's definitely like how we should approach it.
You
You there with that serious but silly name. I'm sure that you will take this all in good humor, much as everyone else we have encountered. You guys seemed like a bunch of jokesters when we met you last time, so.
Kill. Star Trek Discovery recently brought back the giant head aliens from the first episode
From
of
the pilot.
the pilot episode of The Cage. And just I don't know why we went back and rewatched that episode before the episode of Discovery that had them on there. And for some reason, every time that they showed up, Kayla and I just started going. We just felt like that's the noise they make. Humans, tiny humans, with
Disgusting.
tiny brains.
You're the worst.
There's just so many times where they're just looking at the humans and not saying anything. And it was appropriate for them to be going.
Is that what you just said?
Excellent.
Yes.
Hey.
I am above physical contact. So primitive.
Disgusting.
Feel my brain waves instead.
We'll connect on an emotional level, that's enough.
It was a little weird how, like, in the fucking 1960s TV show pilot, you can see when, like, these crazy smart aliens are getting stressed out. Whatever, like, tiny pumps are in their prosthetics start fluttering really hard, so their blood vessels are pumping, whereas in the modern one, they were just like, nah, their brains just sit still. I kind of miss the, like, frantically pulsating head veins as a sign of panic. That was kind of fun.
No! Panic!
It's just so charmingly goofy. Rick Burden. Sounds like he would have business cards, but they would be the most personality-deprived business cards you've ever seen.
Why?
Just the way that name looks. Looks like it would have no personality, but still want to have a business card.
Interesting.
Who does?
Greg Birdman.
Greg Birdman.
You saying like the name or the portrait of that bird?
The name, I can't see the bird portrait very well. There's something about, hello, I'm Greg Birdman, and it just sounds like he's not going to shake your hand, he's going to hand a business card to you first. Greg Birdman, how you doing?
Greg Birdman. Greg Birdman.
His actual name is Craig Bergman. He just like shuffled it around to make his avatar name.
That would be funny. I think it's funny that we've been hanging out and we've all like hit the point of, alright, so this is definitely like not some weird video game pack. We've all definitely been stuck in the game now. Still only had 2 people comfortable saying their actual names out loud though.
What do you mean? My name is my actual name.
Carwin?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. So we got 3 people who are on board.
I was using my real name in the video game.
And then we got these other 2 who are just like, Itachi's a good name for me, actually.
Itachi is a name that Itachi wants to have in real life.
Named after the 2 bravest men I know. That shit fucking kills me. I think about that when I'm at work and I start laughing, and there's no way to explain that.
Sometimes.
Wait, watch Can I sing for you?
Oh God, yes.
Please, God.
Wait till I get down here.
We need to keep giving people more Itachi moments that we find in the wild.
Yeah, I don't want any.
You want the coaster?
Yes.
I don't think it matters to the card table, but it feels fancy.
Well, I do like to be fancy when I can.
This is a very Itachi style
This
moment.
is burning my tongue so badly.
If he
I
was-
can't finish it.
Feeling really confident in public, I guess.
I guess, yeah.
And someone like me gets nervous, you know? Especially when a girl of your caliber. Can I sing for you?
Oh. Is he talking to
How about
just
this?
the camera and himself?
It's
Let's
just
do it.
Itachi.
If my song makes you wet and it soaks through your pants, I get a kiss on the cheek. Here it goes. If you wanna be with me, and baby there's a price to pay. I'm a genie in a bottle, you gotta rub me the right way. Well,
He flexes when he
I
comes
don't
in.
see anything. You're a lesbian, huh? No, you are. Thanks for wasting my time. No, you are. That's never not worked. So.
It's never not worked.
It's never how it works, so. I just like how we've been watching Letterkenny before bed, and it like happened. Started watching it fairly recently, and I did not realize
Kayla.
until watching it again.
This is
Oh,
all
there is like a secret
trash.
Itachi
I'm
character
just
hidden
kinda
here.
stuck
The
back
leader
here.
of like the creepy meth head, Stuart.
Oh, right.
Oh fuck! He's got the same hair I envision Itachi having and everything. Oh shit! It's perfect.
Wondrous!
This is Itachi if he got like 3 local friends together. This would just be all he did.
I could see Itachi and his friends sticking each other with EpiPens.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one.
God. Yo, we got a new guy in the kitchen, Neil. And the moment he opened his mouth, I was very startled because the way he speaks, like the sound of his voice, his speech pattern is exactly like McMurray. And it was just like, what the fuck for a second? And I talked to everybody on staff I know who would understand what I was talking about. I was like, that is exactly right. Holy shit. And we finally showed him a clip from it the other day because I was like, I keep wanting to say this to you, and I'm not sure if you know it's a compliment or not, but I really genuinely want you to understand. I think it's amazing. Good job on having this weird voice that's good. He watched it and was like, well, I got my next Halloween costume. It's like, alright, good attitude.
He looked at you and he's like, I don't know what somewhere.
I think I could definitely get several people from Earl's to dress up as the fucking fuck you squad in the coveralls and clown shirts. And that would be incredible. Nobody would understand what the fuck was going on.
That scene was so awkward I had trouble watching that scene on a television show. I was just like, stop. This scene should be over, and it just lasts for so long.
Which one?
Where they're all dressed up walking down the street, like, towards the camera. Like,
Oh yeah.
it was just like, it's aggressively awkward.
Can I have another coaster?
Yeah, I mean,
I have so many beverage units.
where are they?
That's kind of a big deal.
Is there more? I think that's it.
You want your coaster back?
I was like, there's no way we only own 3 coasters.
I think there's one upstairs. I can go look.
Did they get put on Drew's desk or something?
Well, yeah, I brought one upstairs the other day because I was using. Because we don't really need coasters for this table.
It's fine, you don't have to go get one. I'm just a surprise. Ah, you got it, it's fine.
Take the lid off of the peas. Or really just the
Yeah, there's a couple.
Alright.
Time to walk.
So during your long rest, the booming has subsided.
Well, that's good.
I guess we can also, as we're walking by, if it looks like they've broken through another section, re-plan if we need to.
Sure.
What's the marching order?
Itachi first.
You going second?
Sure,
Addison?
she'll go second.
Miller back. Carwin.
I would prefer the middle, I think.
Cool, I'll be the back.
You are. I mean, that's you're the ass, right?
Oh, it's my position in this flexible
You
corpse.
could rewrite it as the caboose if you prefer.
Only if it's a sweet caboose.
Yeah, you can be the sweet.
I'm the sweet
sweetest.
caboose.
You're the sweet.
The sweet caboose and the
of
sensual
this crazy
torso.
train we call
The
the tribe of
dynamic
friendship.
duo.
So are we sneaking or?
I don't think we were going to necessarily be sneaking. Were we?
We could try.
We could try, yeah.
We should practice.
You know what?
Just
Yeah,
one day.
fun. Yeah.
Let's practice. Sounds good.
Maybe one day we'll.
Are you okay with that wonderful leader of ours?
Are you able?
Chancellor, yes.
Chancellor, are you able to stealth?
Oh yeah.
Could you demonstrate?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like maybe like a little.
Like this? All right.
And like cartoonish tiptoeing, like.
Maybe we should just have to. I can stealth. We have an eye.
So
Oh shit. Why would I get a 20 on a
18?
stupid stealth roll for stealth that doesn't really
when
matter?
you're practicing your stealth,
I guess Todd got
can
like.
you see me?
I'm
Well, I
not-
couldn't until you said something.
I'm not nervous when I'm practicing.
I finally stopped playing the lute, and I got way stealthier.
Addison's
Yeah,
so worried about
imagine
everybody
this.
else being able to stealth that she completely forgot to stealth.
Well, keep in mind also, Gruck is flying above you with a
Shiny, shiny
lit-
lit,
yeah, lit
mace.
light.
Or we're just like.
creeping,
Well, I'm
creeping,
like that.
creeping.
One day we'll want to stealth, and this practice will be very valuable.
Yeah, I guess that makes
Grux
sense.
is flying above you. I can see you. I can see you too. Where's the other ones? No, somebody's doing well, but I am shining a spotlight. Alright. So, I mean, you tell me how you guys are going through here.
Cookies, 9 to hide.
Are you gonna? This is where you last saw them.
And they have punched through.
Well, you don't know that yet, but yeah.
I do, because I heard the thing go off.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a drill.
Sure, okay. But you don't know for sure.
Okay, yeah, it could have failed.
It could have failed. It just been thudding.
You're right, you're right.
Moving back through and like, I don't know, everybody else is in the lead because they don't know where we're going. Literally, because I wasn't here. So
No, you were here.
I'm at the back of the party, and the party leaders
We're
will
gonna-
guide us
we're gonna
in
go-
this direction, and then Todd will remember.
We're gonna go around this way.
This way?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. But make sure you guys are tiptoeing.
Because we didn't go that way last time, so there might be something on that side too.
I need Itachi. Actually, no.
Step on another tripwire.
I was gonna say, you have a. What's your passive perception? Who has a passive perception above 16?
Nope.
Me.
Okay.
And Karen.
Where's passive perception?
Oh, passive perception is 14.
Just the two of us.
Okay. Roll a d20.
2.
13.
Okay. Plus your wisdom.
Your wisdom. I'm very wise, so they'll add a whole 1 point.
There it is. That's that.
So
wisdom.
14, so it's back up to your passive.
Okay, so you see that Itachi is about to step on another.
I use my quick reflexes to stop him.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
Okay.
Not for damage, but just
Yeah.
to see if you can grab. Yep, you got him.
Tripwire attack. Tripwire.
Physical.
Rose.
Lift your foot up
Physical.
and over.
Well done, Torso.
Yeah, I'll do it like comically large.
Like Ministry of Funny Walks.
Yeah.
Over it. Alright.
You're finally reaching your chancellor.
Was that good?
Is that good?
Yeah, I make sure that Tachi gets his feet properly over the tripwire.
Don't forget my
Like,
tail.
what are you doing? Like
Oh,
boosting?
tail.
Don't forget my tail.
Okay, so you guys get
Go.
over.
I assume Gruck is going to just fly over it.
Yeah, it's
It'd be
once
funny
you
if
see
you
it.
flew into a
Did you
net
want
or
to
something.
disarm it, or are you just going to leave it there and have everybody step over it?
Oh, I can disarm it.
That's what it is.
Is it just is it a wire to connect to a can of rocks again?
Mm-hmm.
Can I just take the rocks out of the can?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, you're still just. I just didn't know if you're leaving it or moving. I'm not going to make you guys trip it once you see it. That is.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Still
it's
can't
pretty.
do it.
It's pretty primitive. Like you're just like, oh, got it. You know.
Yeah.
So nobody do this. Oh. All right. And then, but unfortunately, there is a pitfall on the other side because I knew you would step over it. No.
Gotcha!
Prank you, bro.
Zinger! All right.
That would be amusing if, like, she's like, Itachi, be careful. Step over it. Over. Perfect. You fell in.
Yeah.
Great.
And there's like a 10-foot drop on the other side.
Oh,
No!
Just fucking face plants. You're like, well,
New Chancellor.
It's been
Alright.
time for another election.
Oh.
All right. So
There wasn't an election the first time. Itachi just declared he was the leader.
I got everyone together, basically.
He declared himself leader, and then he ran an election campaign every 2 months just to remind us all that he was the fucking chairman of the Red Pill Crusade.
Chancellor.
I'm
I
glad
was,
we
That
it
was
was
the
chairman
time.
back then. It's chancellor
Chairman.
now that we're a tribe.
Chancellor, yeah.
you still haven't gotten your
Chancellor of the
face,
tribe.
your makeup yet.
Oh, yeah, we have to do makeup soon, guys.
Okay. Are we
Right.
going stealth?
Oh yeah, stealthy as the sun.
Do we need to reroll stealth, or is it the same stealth?
Well, I mean, it makes a difference if. I mean, I'm assuming that you guys are not using the light, then, right? I mean, but
I would like to cover this tiny amount of distance without the light if we
Yes,
could. But I don't
please.
know if I'm
Gonna be able to convince Gruck to not have the
what we
light.
can convince Birdman to do.
I'm pretty sure Gurk just does with with the group or as a whole.
He's pretty passive.
Yeah, I mean, he's.
It's not passive. He's a
I'll turn my light off, but I'm not flying.
All right, so we're gonna assume that you probably stopped the light here,
Mm-hmm.
so that you didn't just send right.
Yeah.
All right, so you come around here, and
Which also likely means that
I wouldn't have necessarily. If it's dark in there, I don't have night vision.
I think we
wouldn't.
both would have failed then because my
Oh,
19
'cause
would have gone to a 14. And what's your passive perception?
17.
So we wouldn't have seen it.
roll. I will just do it with because you were close, so I'll have you do the roll.
I still don't see it, so I wouldn't have been able to grab.
I just see it. Yeah.
You just see
Oh, but I have disadvantage because I can't see.
Mm-hmm.
Just kidding, I see it.
You still see it.
So you would have to be the one
you
to
have to be the one to grab Itachi or stop it.
Grab
Stop it
by
in
his
some way.
Belt.
Ponytail.
I got an 18.
Oh,
Okay.
ouch!
That's good enough.
Grabbing the fucking ponytail is just mean.
Oh, my hair's
Oh,
very
God.
strong.
Oh my neck.
Testing my hair.
A mage hand appears in front of you and it's like, stop, stop,
Yeah.
stop.
Stop.
And then it walks and or floats down and puts it on line.
And then we disarm it and continue
Sure.
forward.
Yep. Okay. So everybody give me a stealth roll. Not practice. I should have.
Okay, I got a 15.
I got an 18.
I have a 24.
Oh, but I'm actually doing this.
15, 18, 24. Correct.
I only have a plus 6. I only have a 13.
Okay. Itachi and company. Okay, so Itachi.
And no, I have no problem turning off my light for stealth.
Yeah, I assume that.
We just did it.
Is this a single brownie in a large
Single.
container?
Yeah.
It just seems like it's like
It's the final brownie.
this is like the
Final brownie.
Okay, so Itachi, you can see down here that it does not appear to be there. They no longer seem to be where they were last time.
Is there a hole there?
Can't see from the head. From
Okay.
that.
Oh, yeah. They no longer appear to be.
Is there a hole approximately the size of the apparatus that was there before?
You can't see it from your angle. You'd have to get closer.
It could be.
As it probably is. I'm probably right. We should go talk to the... if we're going to talk to the people, we can keep going this way. If we're going to go after them now, we can go after them now.
Well, we are the Guild of Friendship.
So you attack on sight. And since we don't see them,
So he goes, we are the Guild of Friendship, and I go, so they're going to run in there and punch them? Alright.
Now, does that answer your query?
It does. Well answered, Chancellor. Onward.
I've nearly died a lot of times in this one day.
It's been a rough day.
It's
So-
been a long.
not going down that
Not
way.
yet. We're gonna try and recruit the Legion to see if they'll come help us attack them.
Fair enough. Thanks for letting me write all these characters down.
We're still gonna attack
No, I'm
them.
just kidding.
We're just gonna see if we can get a couple of extra people to help us.
All right, so you actually go back into that other. I mean, you just retrace your steps back out.
Yeah.
Okay, you come back into the room that was the collapsing room, and you you see in that room, you can turn your light back on. I'm assuming no one stops him from doing so or whatever. Okay, so we'll go back through. Yeah, I see. He doesn't see it anyway. So this is oh, did you not want me to? So anyway, so you guys go back through, and you go into that room, and in that room, you see two of the darker skinned, shorter eared. Well, they refer to themselves as Breshik. Dark elves from the original room that were playing those cards. They were sitting astride one of the fallen pillars playing cards, and you guys probably, you're not sneaking because you have that light. So you guys come around, and one of them goes and whistles as your light comes. You hear the whistle as you guys are coming around. When you enter the room, you're going to be first probably.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what you see. You see the two of them sitting astride, and they're playing cards. Give me a perception check.
Alright, yeah. 22.
Okay. So you see a person standing behind one of the other pillars, and when the whistle happens, he puts on a hat. It's like it's kind of like a bicorn hat, but lengthwise, and it's a bit longer. And so he turns it to the side, and then he steps out from behind a pillar, and his cape goes in a breeze that you don't see, and he Hello!
Now.
Welcome! I've heard so much about you. This is them.
Oh, you're the showman branch of the bandits. Nice.
Did you
Oh yes.
you're
Oh
walking
yeah.
in. You guys are all piling in.
Oh yeah. Yes. We are the Guild of Friendship.
Oh, I know exactly who you are.
I know we're the Tribe of Friendship.
I still kind of understand who you are.
You don't.
Now I'm slightly more confused, however.
No idea.
A little more thrown, but
His cape, as he like second guesses it, his cape kind of drops for a second and begins to billow again.
And I am their Chancellor, and this is my right-hand man.
Which one?
She's talking about, or he's talking about.
No, I don't actually like point to anyone.
I was talking about me.
Does this person match any description or any
the left
of anybody we've had? This isn't Urku, is it?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Urky?
Urky. Okay, I was just making sure.
Nope.
Alright.
And yeah, I do see that. And this is Gruck. He's the effeminate left hand because he fucking sucks.
Oh.
But
He accepted
There's nothing
it.
effeminate about me unless you consider majesty to be effeminate.
Oh, you are very majestic, sir.
I
Sir?
step forward
Sir.
before.
I swear he's a Vegas showgirl, baby. You know what
I step forward before she can, or he can.
Call you a sexy torso.
Yes, and I'm like, I am Addison, the commissioner of the Murder Fist for the group.
Sup, I'm Todd. I'm PR around here. Social media marketing, you know.
Also, our sweet caboose.
Also, very much the sweet caboose.
Looks back over at the one playing the cards. You recognize the one that he keeps turning to? That one is Salt.
Okay.
A lot of these titles are.
Addison will go, hello, Salt. Good to see you again.
we have come
You as well.
to this room as we have a proposition to inquire. Yes.
The chance to tell you why you came to this room.
I love every new interaction with Itachi because every NPC is always like, who the fuck?
Yeah.
What? Is this happening?
But before your proposition, I would like to introduce myself.
Yes, please.
I am the fabulous Fenimo.
Fanny Mo.
Fanny Moore? Fanny Mo?
I do this.
Oh.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
New vengeance, guys.
Where are we going, Fenimo? We're probably going to follow you to the death.
Fuck the other
What
thing
is your
we had
dream? We'll make it happen.
Your ass.
It appears that there's trouble in paradise.
That's here. The chancellor's talking about here.
Itachi learned everything he knows about conversation through NPC dialogue in MMOs.
There's
I do not understand anything that you are speaking of.
there's a disturbance in the caves.
Somebody
Yes.
wants. Yes, they want to release the. What kind of monster?
The fine fellows are using a magical drill powered by dust to drill their way towards a Terraskew in the hopes that the monstrous beast will fight its way to the surface, getting people out, but also releasing a Terraskew.
This is a far heavier interaction than I was expecting, guys.
Yeah,
What
that's
about
kind of our
interacting
thing.
with us made you think that we weren't serious?
I understand the severity, but, Salt did not present you the way that I expected this to go. I thought that we could maybe join forces and loot, plunder, and find a way out of here.
Yeah, that'd be
You know who
super
we could do
fun.
that with? Us. You know who has loot? The fine fellows.
You know who needs to be stopped? It has a device that could get us to the surface.
The fine
The
fellows.
fine fellows. But we need to stop them before they release the big
Legendary
scary monster and just steal their machine and get to the surface instead.
Sound
Would
good?
you like to make a charisma roll or something?
You can. I mean, yeah, go for it.
I feel like it's a pretty compelling point.
I mean, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I mean,
I mean, if you,
it's really a matter of like trying to inspire him to suddenly be like, yes, let's
I feel like we
check
walked into
this
the room
on.
and he was like, I'm ready to sell you guys on a team up, and we beat him to the pitch and he was like, oh,
Yeah, exactly. You kind of got him on his heels.
I mean,
He's kind of thinking to himself, well, my fame has preceded me, I see. You may not have been presented properly to me, but I was clearly presented properly to you.
Well done.
So, did you make a...
I haven't yet. I wasn't sure if you actually needed me to make
No,
it.
go ahead. I mean,
Is it an advantage since we have said so many good things?
give it an advantage.
My brain is trying to make my character more of a charisma character than she actually is.
Go for it.
Pretty charismatic.
11 is my highest number.
Wow.
That's why.
Damn you, sexy torso. Just sit there and be statuesque. That's a chance to speak.
So, we require your forces and the forces of the other guys and that one chick.
The guy's not.
You have come to the right place. If there is a hero in these caverns, it is I.
You do have the best cape around.
Haha. Yes, I do.
Did you see my pirate?
It's pretty dope.
It's pretty cool.
Did you see this? And his chest piece goes bling, and he gleams. Ha!
You really look the part.
Thank you.
Sounds like you're ready to really fully commit to this.
Is he
No!
Is he tall?
I am. He's about your height.
Is he tall? Are you gauging how in Levitachi he is right now?
Any port in a storm. No, so he's a slightly lighter skin tone. He's like a kind of a dark olive, light brown, and his ears are slightly longer than the ears of the other guys who you've encountered within their group, and but not as long as the ones that you have mummified on your ears or on your
No,
necklace.
Tachi is a full-blooded male. There's nothing effeminate about him. What?
Except your left
What was
hand
that?
because it sucks.
Except the left hand.
And we appreciate your smolder.
So,
So what was your pitch?
yeah, because, like, we think the Sunshine Underground could be useful in getting out of this place.
You really told him that was our name? All right.
That's what I wrote down.
No, that's what Salt jokingly said that their group was because they were without a current name. If that is what we are known as, then that is what we will be known as.
Bannymore and the Sunshine.
That's a good band name.
Because if this was the 70s, we'd be having bell bottoms and it'd be great. But I'm not much for killing large monsters.
We don't need
We don't want to fight the monsters. We want to kill the people who are drilling to the monster
And
to
steal
get
their
the drill
machine.
to go to the surface and never go to the
We want to
monster.
stop the release
Yeah,
of the
and the
monster
biggest
before
guy
it
there
happens,
is already
so we
scared
don't
of
have
me.
to deal with a large monster.
We're more about trying to ambush somebody and take their things. How are you with that?
killing them all, taking their machine, going to the surface, us all being happy, they being dead, and no monster released.
I liked where you were going. You're a little murdery. We're not. Violence is. It's such a last resort for us. It's more of the. It's more of one of the Undertaker's kind of style. It's kind of why we split.
If you have a way of just stealing their machine without them realizing it somehow,
Totally into it.
we're
That's fine, too.
fine with that too. I just don't know how to do that. None of us are.
And honestly, the she doesn't seem that complicated. I'm sure we'll be able to figure it out once we get it.
Surely.
I mean, what do you? Is there a plan?
Well, our plan was going to go and just try to sneak up on them and then take it from them. And then when that broke into violence, we were going to hope to have more people than they have. I will say that they are setting up defenses and they have some sort of scout who watches from the shadows and will be looking. So,
I guess
There's
we
an
could
invisible guy too.
and he
do
has the
like some
ability
Home
to be
Alone
invisible.
stuff, like with some marbles.
She's suggesting counter traps.
It's not much of a plan. You told me that they have multiple people that we will not be able to find. They're not. We're here. Like where are they?
If you head down the tunnel the Gricks were coming from,
All right.
you will go down.
So they're that way.
Yes.
And you're coming this way.
We're coming back past them, yes.
Okay.
We were coming to get
But-
some additional people. Then you were magically here. It's like you knew we were looking for you.
I had no idea you were looking for me. I don't blame you.
Well, you know, we just have established such a
Alright, Tachi might not be talking
Can I
a
do
little
a
bit in
flip?
love now.
Yeah, okay.
Did you ask Fenimo if you could do a flip? Or you just gonna, you can do whatever you want.
Alright, yeah, I'm doing it really quick.
Can I sing for you?
Can I just do it? Wait, can I just do it, actually?
Yeah, go ahead. Just cut it back.
Yeah, alright, I'm gonna do like... Oh, okay. I'm gonna just do a backflip, like jump up in the air, and then like sort of land in like...
I
like
feel
a
like
lunge.
I feel like we're about to have a dance off.
A lunge, and like my hair's gonna be down, and then I'll flip it back up, and it'll go like...
Nicely done, Chancellor.
Are you undoing your ponytail before you do this flip then?
Yeah, yeah.
Just real quick.
I did that a while back, and I was playing with my hair, so I was feeling insecure.
You can see that Fenimo does appear to have a flute on his hip.
Oh, hell yeah.
Just
Anyone
want
who
to
cares.
jam.
Oh, hell yeah.
This is why I thought that this was going to for sure be
We're gonna have a
Urku.
sweet candlelight
Because
dance sesh after this.
Urku
dude.
is a failed bard, so I was like, this seems like a...
Urki's a female though.
Yeah, that's what I was like, maybe I misread it down.
Nope.
Orky, that was like the priestess lady.
Yeah, the
right?
failed bard.
Ah, I took one note on that. That was it. That's the
And
extent
boom,
of it.
here it is,
I
coming
haven't
back.
been taking any notes, but that makes sense.
Urku also has a flesh golem.
Flat. I'll write that down.
Are you saying this, or are you just?
Nah, I was just
telling
telling her what my notes say.
Because you have yet to say Urki in front of Fenimo.
No, I have not said anybody else's name. I hadn't even said, like, we were actually coming to look for the Legion.
So you do your flip and your whatever, and he says,
Flip.
he does a single-armed cartwheel. In doing so, pulls out it looks like a wand.
Okay.
He then raises his hand, and his clothes suddenly change into like a tuxedo, and then he goes, and you hear a phantom orchestra begin playing behind him, and he's conducting it. And his clothes turn back to normal.
Quick shower him with infinite roses.
Alright, yeah, I'm gonna get the roses out.
Oh, yeah, I was joking at first, but Todd's definitely a little bit in love now. He's all about this.
You're throwing roses now?
Well, I'm doing other
Snatches
stuff,
them.
but can I do like some... I want to do like some ballerina twirls,
Okay.
and maybe like...
This really is turning into a dance.
I'm glad.
Help us fight a monster!
I'm glad that this is the type of dick waving contest we get into. And like backflips and hair twirls.
Todd, play them some dancing music.
Yeah, okay, we're dancing now.
Okay. Roll me a
We're
performance check.
dancing now.
I pull out my book and start looking at it.
Oh, he's not dancing right now.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh, you are out
I
dancing him.
21.
You are way out dancing him. He seems to be taken aback.
I'm very in tune with my body.
Oh my god.
I feel like that was almost like an attack. Like he took 2 psychic damage from that.
Jesus Christ.
He moves forward and he reaches out and runs his hand through his fingers through your hair. You are like.
You guys about to fuck or
So,
something?
Once again, any port in the storm, Birdman.
so does that answer your question?
Chicken fucker. Alright, so. I don't know if I'm willing to go murder with you, but I'll dance with you any day. Or you.
It's not going to be murder. We're going to try to stop them from,
Letting out
apocalypsing.
letting out the apocalypse.
I remember her
I did use
specifically
the
saying
word
leaving
murder.
them dead.
Yeah, I just assumed that they're not going to let us take the machine.
She kind of gets like that sometimes. This is my sister. Don't worry about it.
Lots of things have tried to kill us in 24 hours,
Just like-
so I just assumed that they're going to try and kill us as soon as we take the machine. Could be wrong.
I will say, Other than Sunshine, what was it?
Sunshine Underground.
Sunshine Underground. A lot of people have been pretty violent on the first one.
Yes. Sunshine Underground was pretty cool, and then one other person, but everybody else has tried to really kill us.
Well, not everyone.
Really?
Like
really
Reach
cool.
didn't.
That was one other person.
And
I was just not naming
well,
names.
honestly, the Fine Fellows didn't try to kill us either.
That's
In fact,
true.
they're willing to work with us. We just
Don't want to
the
start the
work they're trying to
apocalypse.
accomplish seems to be particularly genocidal.
What's in it for you besides, I mean...
Getting to the surface with the machine.
We would like to get out with the machine, but also more importantly, not everyone not dying. That's what I'm looking for.
Salt told me that you were from Earth.
Accurate.
Yes.
And what do you think is going to happen once you get to the surface to get you to Earth? Are you trying to go back to Earth?
We're just trying. Well, I mean,
I
that'd be
for sure
nice,
not.
but I would like to not be underground anymore. Would also be great.
Seems
I'm
like
trying
a
to go to the
first
College of Erudition. That's where I want to go.
You're going to be a knowledgearian?
Probably, if I can swing it.
All right. I know a few knowledgearians. I won't bore you with that. What's the motivation? What's your motivation? What's your motivation?
So I know we don't usually
What's
talk about this.
your motivation?
But
Rubs your hair again while still watching Todd.
time exists. Time. We need to go.
He's just running his fingers through your hair.
Really, really not wanting this giant monster to get out and murder a bunch of people, myself included.
It's not your plane.
Yeah, but we're here,
But,
so the monster
but
would
I'm
still
also
kill us.
here right now where the monster will be, and I would rather not have that happen. It would be optimal if there were...
It's braiding her hair. Braiding his hair.
Braiding the end of Itachi's hair in just a loose
Oh my
braid.
god.
I don't know. Do you think that look good on me?
Oh, with
It
the
looks
proper
excellent,
ribbons.
Chancellor.
I just think it's in pretty much everybody's best interest if the giant monster doesn't explode out and murder everybody. It seems to be
Oh,
a good outcome. To
And there's no telling how long it will take us to find a way back home. Anyways,
can't go home if I'm dead.
can't go home if we're dead. Can't go home for all the people who might be able to get us out, and probably like ambition or something, are murdered also by this monster. So it seems like the monster not getting out is step number one in getting home for those of us who want to go home.
I'd also like to learn more about tack. These different forms of magic. It seems like a pretty manipulable
Yeah, it's like
energy
tack
source.
sharp
There's
or
a lot of
something.
things. Yes, Tenure Animus Corpi.
Cool.
It's the thing that holds the soul to the body. It also seems to be a linchpin for higher magical workings.
I believe you could be right. So they're the heroes, yes?
Yes,
The
absolutely.
hero of this story? Great. I'm not that heroic myself, you see. I'm great at support. If you have questions, I'd be more than happy to guide you. As for murdering and stealing... Sorry. As for the murdering to steal, I'm not super excited about doing that.
Sure. What support
Do you
could
know
offer?
anybody who's good at murdering?
Well, I could be convinced otherwise. There's nothing here for him to lean on.
Okay.
But he's still doing it.
All right. Yeah. Do you know anybody who is good at murdering?
I think he's
And
wanting to be...
rampage?
I think
We have some money. Would money be a compelling reason to come do this?
Once we escape, it'd be fantastic reasons to do this. But there's not a big system, currency in exchange for clack or clink down here.
Sure.
What else do you have? Bribe me. I'm open to bribes.
Yeah, sounds good.
I mean,
Yes.
I have a love potion, but I don't want to give you that.
How about you take it, Mo?
No.
How do
Split it up a few doses, maybe? Huh?
how do you feel about
I feel like one of you is giving me the cold shoulder.
how do you feel about jewelry?
I don't know how he does that with a beak, but
I
it
think-
looks real weird.
And she's pointing at the ring that does the lightning resistance.
The ring's magical, by the way.
He steps uncomfortably close to you, grabs your hand, pulls out a small jeweler's kit thing.
Lightning resistance.
I see that. I see that. Puts it back. I mean, there's so many of us. We all have fingers.
He wants more than just my ring, guys.
I didn't bring any like beads or anything with me, so I can't.
He doesn't
do anything.
want the beads. He wants things that are of use now.
Well, I know how to make rings with beads and jewelry wires. So if they want to do rings, I could do that in theory, but I don't.
Todd secretly makes jewelry.
Okay?
Todd secretly makes jewelry.
Summer camp like 4 years ago. I mean, 14 years ago. I also volunteered at summer camp. I know how. Okay.
Cool.
I'm pretty good at it.
Thanks.
I have the jeweler's kit. If we had some, I have the equipment for making it. I can lend to you at some point once we find pieces for it.
How about a long sword? That's why I didn't want to say that.
Damn it.
He's got his arms crushed.
There's some dust that can make you invisible.
Itachi was excited until the dance-off ended, and now he's just like, oh wait.
Well, that could be useful in our murders.
Just do a backflip on his dick.
Full disclosure.
Reckons this way you the left hand.
I have heard that some winged creatures will partake in coitus as they dive towards the ground. That sounds exhilarating.
Interesting.
Don't get too excited. He's not that strong.
Yeah.
He's pretty strong.
Hey, I could fuck someone else who could also fly. Okay? Just because I can't pull somebody out of water who can't fly. Doesn't mean I couldn't fuck someone else while flying who could fly.
This is like the first time that Itachi's been uncomfortable. Like it's the role reversal. You can't taste his own medicine.
It's perfect.
All right. Well, how many do we need, and when are we doing this?
Well, they said they could probably get to the monster within a day, so today would be good.
Oh, okay. Well,
as far as how many do we need, they had 1, 2, 3. There was 3 that we saw when we went last
I
time.
thought it was 4.
Are you counting the imp?
chicken.
No.
Okay.
It was 4. It was 3 plus the chicken.
Okay.
Because it was
Then
this.
I guess I am in order to seem less stupid.
Yeah. it was the stabby guy, the guy
Because
who.
there's Invisible, there was Nook, I thought there was a guy who you rushed toward
That was the
that you were
invisible
fighting,
guy.
and then Nook guy came to you, but there's also Invisible guy.
That
invisible
invisible
guy
guy was the person. He was the person who got punched. He turned himself invisible after he got punched
Okay.
very hard. And then there was the imp. And the imp does count, I guess. That's true.
Can
a magic caster who can go invisible, a guy who stabs real well, and then a guy who got distracted by a fearless leader falling down in front
But
of
then
him.
he stabbed him really well.
No,
so
it wasn't. No, it wasn't on
They're
purpose.
both good at stabbing.
I did a funny pratfall like in Tom and Jerry.
I didn't know this Tom and Jerry.
The-
Show us.
Okay, yeah, I'll show you. I show him the pratfall.
But I do like showing off.
I'm really uncomfortable, but oh, yeah. And what did that get you?
Punched a couple of times.
Smacked on the ground with
It
hammers.
was pretty. It was pretty funny though.
But he did
I
admit,
imagine.
afterwards that it made him laugh.
Yeah, it did make him laugh afterwards, and it's probably why we're allies currently.
You're going to go kill your allies.
Oh, we're not really. We're allies, right? Well, I'm being
This is a great
cheeky.
thing to do during a pitch of allies.
Keeps looking over at Salt, and Salt's like,
we were
We're allies. Don't worry, we're stabbing in the back, but we're allies.
we were helping the animated corpse of a former fallen comrade of theirs to kill a different comrade of theirs who was presumed dead but wasn't actually dead, but is now definitely strangled to death
They were both actually
We're not
former
really on
employees.
ally terms. We passed by them without getting too stabby. That's what he means.
I don't really have a lot of words for people in my vocabulary.
Well, that's kind of sad. Don't say that again, please. I don't like feeling like
There
that
are other
about
things
you.
that can replace when the lips fail. But Salt is. I made no promises of the caliber of expertise that I was bringing to you. I simply told you that there were some new people. Yes.
Thanks, Salt. Thank you.
As I, Fenimo,
Hero.
well, lovable scoundrel. Hero, no, lovable
A
scoundrel.
lovable scoundrel in a lot of fiction is the hero.
What?
Just saying. And the humility you're saying by not being the hero is another indicator that you ultimately are
Well,
a
you,
hero.
you may have just met me, but apparently you do know me well. I am very humble.
Yes, as am I.
I know, I can tell.
You guys are both a couple of the most humble people.
Humble squad.
Humble squad.
Hashtag humble squad.
All right. So, how many do we need, and what role do we have to play in our? Because Salt had said that he had entered an alliance with a group of adventurers.
Did he say adventurers? Interesting.
Well,
That's fine.
he said a colorful band.
Okay, sure.
I mean, I don't know
I don't-
how well it would work out, but in a perfect world, it'd be a pretty nice setup if we could just distract them and maybe like some people draw them away from the drill with a compelling thing to stare at, and then the rest come and pick up the drill and sneak past so that we don't have to get into a huge fight.
You want me to be naked?
It's an option, I guess. I just want a distraction for the group.
What other distraction would that be?
Not for our group, for their group, the other group did.
Fine fellows.
Todd's back. Back really hard now. Oh, alright. I do not think nudity is the answer, but are we just the tactic of stealth may be a little more
And then we're
open
not
to
doing
that.
any of that murder stuff, which is nice.
I don't want my people to be killed
Well, then,
in a level of heroic behavior that they haven't really signed up for. They're not that heroic.
that's fine. You don't have to distract them by fighting them. You can distract them in different ways. I thought that's.
We could distract them.
And we could do that too. And you could just sneak in and grab the drill and the powder and stuff too if you feel more comfortable in that role.
Sure. I will steal this for you.
Perfect.
Works.
So none of my people need to be in combat.
If they don't.
Aside
I
from
really
yourself.
hope not.
But you want us to steal the drill.
No, or the powder, either one. It doesn't function without.
Both would be best.
That way we can actually use the drill to escape.
Which I thought was the ultimate goal.
Yes.
That is the ultimate goal. We would like to get both.
But you see, I wanted to know your motivations because there are other options for escape that I believe I have uncovered, and that's why I was originally coming to you.
Sure. What's the options for escape?
There is a ship in one of the lower levels of Underspire.
I hope it's not made of dead people like the last ship we ran into.
No.
Yeah, that's fucking gross, dude.
No,
They tried to petrify me.
No, it's not made of dead people. It's an astral frigate.
That's interesting. That sounds better than a martyr barge.
I imagine so.
How far is it?
We don't know its precise location, but we do know that where one of the hags who stole it is. And
So we're
she
talking like Shakespearean
should
hag?
know.
Like powerful arcane spellcasting female? in a
Not
cabin?
this one.
Oh.
She had a run-in with the Thewans, and they took her arms.
That's a tough break.
Yes.
Who are the Thewans?
The Thewans?
Humans.
They're foul-tempered, militaristic, generally green-skinned.
Oh, those are the ones that we encountered recently. Then they have some of them wear kabuki masks.
I thought those were Volgi.
I think
Yes, they work with the Volgi. Volgis are a type of
yeah, they're
thing.
the race. Yeah. So the UN is the overarching organization of them.
It's the race of them.
Of the race. Okay.
Since they've left the Broken Lands, they have adopted a more organized manner and adopted also the racial description of Theun.
And they took her arms.
Well, they take slaves, but they make them very specific for their tasks, and she was not needed to have arms for her. But she has not arcane casting abilities, but she has changed slightly to make it so that she can defend herself if such a situation was to happen again. Believe it or not, not everyone thinks I'm as charming as I am.
That's shocking.
She and I have not gotten along. This was back when she was originally taken by the Thunes. She doesn't like me now, but I know where she is. I presume she would also be interested in your fine fellows and stopping them.
That's fair.
They killed some of her children.
I think most rational people would be on board with this.
Don't label her as rational. She is a monster.
Great.
But yeah, positive.
So she was a hag before, though. Like
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes.
like
the rest of her coven.
storybook. Oh, okay. Rest of her coven's gone.
No, they're just in a they're
Yeah,
in a different area.
castle.
Mm-hmm.
Different level.
So how much time do we have before the world explodes?
Well,
Or,
it's not. I mean, they think that they'll get to the Tarask within 24 hours.
A Terras.
Yes.
That's
the
what they're
thing.
releasing.
Yes.
Yep.
Accurate.
Why would they do that?
They wanted to fight its way to the surface to get out
Why don't they just use the drill?
because they're
They were
tasked to
somebody's
release the terrorists.
paying them to do this,
Well,
That makes no
or
sense.
Yeah, I agree.
ordering
We
them
should
to do
stop them.
this, or controlling them to do this.
well, my thing is we don't even know that it's going to try to break its way to the surface. It might just rampage around here and kill everyone.
It wouldn't fit.
Would you say it wouldn't fit?
No way.
Right? Couldn't it just break its way in though?
Probably.
Okay. 'Cause, I mean, the whole thrust of it is that it's strong enough to break its way out.
It's strong enough to do a lot of damage. Yes,
Yeah.
it's not something to argue with. But if we're just trying to escape, we could probably escape to the astral plane, and then, Dalen's your uncle at that point, isn't it?
Dalen's who?
God of travel, distance, space between.
Gotcha. Dalen's another god like Vampiro.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, we currently lack the ability to gate to the astral plane.
I think that's what the astral frigate is for.
Okay.
I assume that it can still be used.
Right.
None of the teleportation to get out of this Underspire has been successful, but that being that it is a natural creature that has the ability to tear through the planes, might stand a better chance. And it could get you home, and I could just take care of the ship after.
This is true.
I don't really want to go home.
You stated.
Just to be clear. Though I don't mind traveling the astral plane on a ship as well.
We won't stop there. You, me, the rest of the crew, we will no longer be the Sunshine Underground. We will be the sunshine of the multiverse. Traveling
Ooh, that's
around,
a great name.
being...
That's nice.
Then let's go find a ship for me. Us. Let's find a ship for us.
Sure.
I'll be right back. I gotta do something.
Understood?
I don't I don't particularly feel right about releasing or not stopping the release of the Trask.
Sure.
Yeah.
Fine. Let's go steal the drill, and
Then go find the hag.
yes, let's do that. Or find the hag. She'll help kill the fine fellows.
Can we find her within 24 hours?
Yeah, she knows where she is.
Oh, I know where she is.
Okay. Well, Mighty Leader, what would you prefer to do? To try and get the hag?
I'd say the more the merrier.
Wise words.
Hag?
Hag.
Hag?
Yep, there's a hag. Armless hag.
Was that was your choice? Was hag?
Hag was my choice.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna go find this hag and sweet talk her into helping us kill the fine fellows or stopping the
Be
fine
careful
fellows.
with that, but yes, that is the idea.
Do you think she'll like me?
I like you. Itachi's moment of like, no one actually likes me. Hold on. No. She should. I don't see why she wouldn't. You're a lovely bunch. And if she doesn't, she'll turn you to stone and eat you.
I don't know.
Fair warning, fair warning.
So, there's that.
But she hates she will
Hates the
hate
fine
the fine fellows. So use that as a bargaining chip. Best of luck. I'll show you where she is. Or we can just try to steal the drill and blast our way through. Or
I defer to your opinion, or I will make my opinion on your opinion, counselor.
That makes sense. I think working with the hag is fine.
Okay.
That sounds like it will be direct assistance when we go to the fine fellows instead of putting two factions against one faction instead of one faction against one faction.
I believe
Three
we found our
factions.
way.
Sounds good.
So let's go meet the hag and convince her to help us take down the fine fellows and their machine.
So just real quick before we get to the hag, should this bargain need to be sweetened somehow? Like, what are we willing to deal with hags? Lore-wise, hags often look for bargains, so start percolating that.
the ship came from a bargain that went exactly how they had intended the bargain to go.
Was that your ship to start with?
No, it was a Rhodite captain who wanted a ship.
All right.
The story goes that he made a bargain for one of the greatest ships in the multiverse. They gave it to him and stole his soul in payment. And then, though the ship was technically his, he is now as their servant for eternity.
Who is?
The Rhodite who originally bargained for the astral frigate.
And the astral frigate is a creature that naturally travels?
Just, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, you can't build one from the ground.
I understand.
What's a frigate?
Large boat.
Oh, so I thought it was an animal.
It's both. A frigate is not an animal. A frigate is a boat. An astral frigate is a boat animal.
It kind of sounds
A
like.
banana.
Have you ever seen the Doctor Who episode where they were on a spaceship that was actually a big giant space whale?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I've seen, in this anime I watched, there was this bald guy and there was the turtle that was actually like an island.
Oh,
Yeah.
a Zeratin. Well, we have Zeratins.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Sure, why not? It doesn't seem like there's anything this place doesn't have.
I'm sure there's something.
I mean, I'm sure it's not that hard to have bald guys.
Whew, you better be the one doing the talking to the hag. Because you're witty.
Great job. Great job, Todd.
Oh, you also I'm back. Don't have to. I went out.
Also, her name is Mama Moist Boil.
Mama Moist Boy?
That's the worst words I could put together, yes.
Moist boil.
Let's fish boil.
Mama
So
Moist boil on the sinless fish. This is a ballad I've written.
Fresh,
So-
sinless fish.
Todd does the talking. And
For sure.
And convinces Mama Spoil
You are the face, right?
that
Yeah,
Plus 4 charisma.
she should help us stop the fine fellows who murdered her kin.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
By the way, if we don't succeed at this talking, she's probably going to turn us to stone and eat us.
that's not great.
It's not great, no. But, you know, the Tarrasque isn't great. A lot of things, you know. It's an imperfect situation we've walked into. Let's just make the best of it.
To say the least. Yes. All right. This way! And he begins to lead you down some halls. Kind of back to where you originally were going. He then winds you up through kind of... I know we don't have the original map here, but you, in the very beginning, you guys had gone in, and this is where you met the Sunshine Underground, for lack of a better title, and then you guys came down and you went basically south. Now he's taking you up north, and as he's going, he stops you all. He says, "Okay, real quiet now. We're going to scamper across into that hall. Try not to be seen. All right, everyone with me?" And then he darts across the hall. Yeah. Also, if you have light on, please extinguish it.
Please extinguish your light.
This all the halls here still have that dim purple light. So.
Ooh, I got a 13 to scamper.
What a scamper.
Okay, good. Oops.
I have an 18 for scampering.
Me too.
Me 3.
All right. He goes, "All right, with me now." Trips over his own feet, hits the ground, and then crawls into the other corridor. And you.
And
the cape goes.
Too much cape billowing.
Yeah, it wasn't billowing. That was the problem. He's tripping over his cape. It's like, oh, shit. And you guys can see down the hall there is a hulking figure, 4.5 feet wide and 8 feet tall, just standing with its back to the hall, head drooped down,
Ew.
making that sound. But it's huge and just making tiny cat
This
sounds.
is literally the first D&D campaign I went to. Someone wasted like 3 hours of our time digging around and making a flesh golem using flesh to stone and grafting a dead cat's head onto it. So it was just a giant flesh golem that meowed all the time. And it was like, why do we burn 3 hours on you doing this shit? I hate this. And now I've just gotten these horrible flashbacks.
Well, it is a giant flesh golem, and he does make kind of kitty sounds.
Oh. Alright, we're scampering.
Itachi, you need to
We're
scamper.
Roll.
Stealth roll.
Stealth.
Fenimo just tripped in front of you. Okay, so Fenimo was the only person who says, "I can steal anything." Trip, fall, boom. Crawls through. The hulking mass does not turn.
Well done.
That's good.
Continues to crawl through. Gets up. You hear that from down the hall. And then he leads you through some more corridors. Points out where there's some traps.
Oh, awesome.
Gets you by the traps. He then finds a grate in the floor. Opens that up. And says, "Down and to the left. You will come out of a sewer pipe above her lair." The flesh golem's coming. You should go.
You just gonna hang out up here?
She hates me.
Yeah, I know.
We are
Uh,
dead if I go down there.
Okay, guys.
Alright, good luck. Stay safe. We'll see you maybe later.
Yeah. You guys drop
This
down.
makes me feel weird and anxious for some reason.
Well, they did tell us to say that you were going to be the lead, so.
You're gonna do
Yep.
lead?
I'm gonna do the talking.
Well, you are the medics.
I sort of linger.
Talking out your ass.
I sort of linger as people go down, and I look at him like real serious before I go down.
Oh,
I
you
go,
have the most charming part.
I hope this wasn't a deception meant to kill us. And then I head down.
He takes his hat off and he puts it on your head,
Okay.
and your robes change into, your outfit changes into robes, and he says, "That's what you're going to need if you ever do get to the Erudition. I want my hat back."
I visibly relax because he gave me a valuable item, intending for us to come back.
And then he brushes his hair.
Oh, wait, he has hair too?
He's got everything.
He's so great. He's kind of perfect.
He's not that great.
I mean, do you think he is? I mean, you can
He's
tell
just
me.
got long
He
hair
really-
and he did a cool cartwheel. I don't
He,
know.
he basically just seems like a less graceful, less masculine leader.
Oh, yeah. That's
Well done,
exactly
He
Chancellor.
what I
did
was
trip going
thinking.
through a hallway.
He did.
He did. He cut a back foot, changed his outfit, and then tripped walking across the hall.
I mean, Tashi's a pretty great leader.
Yeah, you are.
Got a lot of leader qualities.
You just say out loud. Like,
Third person.
Trying to get like
Like walking
you're
down
trying to get like a
the
chant going.
He's
How
talking
you're,
to himself
you're,
up
you
here.
know how you're Taji's a great leader. Taji's a great leader.
Just says that on. Tashi sure is a great leader.
You know who really can lead? Taji. Yeah, I concur.
A lot of leader qualities.
Tachi for Chancellor for life.
Tachi's just crawling around mumbling affirmations to himself.
Oh boy. Okay. Oh good.
So you're
Alright.
crawling
You
through.
have to be your #1 fan.
I want an NPC with you at all times. All right, so you guys are crawling through this through the sewer pipe. It's that flesh wall is getting close.
Yeah.
So you guys continue going through there. It's pretty small. It's not intended for infiltration.
That's what makes it perfect.
I mean,
You never put the infiltration ducks in.
I almost can't fit through this crevice with my bulging mustache.
Tachi's like deliberately widening up to try to get through. Like, tight fit through here, huh?
Barely fit.
Yeah.
Somebody
Somebody grit grease me.
blown out.
I gotta really stop crushing it at the gym.
So
Is
it's just,
this pipe just full of sewage also? Or
it's wet and
Yeah.
gross.
We might as well put some
just stop
grease in
trying to
it.
scrape the walls, dude?
Just takes off his armor. Grease me. We gotta get through this tight tunnel.
Why are you so excited?
Alright, so you guys are pushing through. Tachi, are you in the lead?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, of course.
I guess I'm in second.
Yeah, I
place.
push Todd into second place, and I go towards the rear.
So
right.
we can emerge and
I'm in
immediately
last
cover
right now.
Itachi's mouth. If he says anything
Only
to
because
this
the
lady.
pipe's single file, and I
Yeah.
lingered to ask that question.
So you're pushing through single file. Really, it's only the first ones that really matter. So Itachi, you come to where the water is coming out and dropping. You see that the water is going down and pooling about 6 feet off the ground. There's a pool of water floating about 3.5 to 5 feet. It's not a perfect circle of a pool of water that is clearly above the ground. And the water is seeming to pour into this endlessly.
Anybody else see this stuff?
Nope, because they don't have
Like,
dark
you're in
vision.
the front,
Oh, you
dude, I
can
can't
see
see
it. If
There's
you
like a bird fountain or something floating in the air.
Okay.
It's
A bird
Aqua.
fountain.
Yeah.
it's so. I'm trying to think about what that means with my knowledge.
I think it's magic. Can you let me out of the sewage tunnel, please?
No, let me think about it just for a little. No.
If you just use your foot and push him.
Yeah, Todd is ready to just like.
Everybody,
Alright,
stop while I think about
I'm
this.
getting down.
Okay.
Look,
Well, hard, it's about a 12-foot drop to the floor with 6 feet of water, or a pool of water floating above the ground 6 feet. So it's like water,
Okay.
waterfall, small puddle of water, and then nothing, and then then the ground. So there's nothing in between the water and that. It's just floating.
Do you think I can survive that, guys?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
I think
Alright,
you
I'm
could survive
just gonna-
anything, Chancellor.
I'm just gonna drop down.
But you should make
In
sure to
the
avoid the pool.
Leave the
Oh my god.
Roll an
He's not
athletics
getting enough
check.
of the water today. He's like somersaulting through it.
Roll an athletics check.
Okay.
Acrobatics check, sorry.
Acrobatics.
Mm-hmm. You want a cat like land, right?
It's 15.
Okay. The water kind of changes your trajectory as you hit it, and then you fall through it. So now there's a pool of water above your head, and you're standing underneath it.
It was pretty good there. I made it.
Is the water coming out of your... You said it's a sewage pipe?
Mhm.
So is the water flowing into its sewage?
Presumably. It's foul smelling and nasty.
Well, I guess you can't get more sewagey than this, so...
We are climbing through a sewer.
Is there a way to climb around the sewage pool?
No, you have to go through. It's a leap of faith.
I mean,
You could crawl down. I mean, you'd have to take an acrobatics check or athletics check to climb down the
I'll
wall.
climb down the wall.
Okay.
I think Brooke was next, but you're just gonna
Okay,
fly
that's
down, I
a-
assume.
I'm gonna
Set
still
14.
That's good enough.
That's what I'm gonna do.
I'm gonna go ahead and use prestidigitation and clean my boots up as soon as I get down there. Like, ugh.
Oh, and I'm after Brooke, so I use my reaction to slow fall down and avoid the water.
Cool story. I roll a 6 acrobatics and fall unceremoniously.
Into the pool though, or are you trying to
Catch
miss
him.
the pool? Okay.
I'll catch you.
Well, now that I've seen somebody go through the pool, I'm just like...
Okay. So you fall and you want to try to stop him?
Yeah,
You
I'll
want to
catch
catch
him.
me?
Give me. It's basically a help. Yeah, give me a strength check.
Alright, I have a 14.
Good enough. Because you hit the water, it basically stops your fall for the most part, but then you fall. It's only like 3 inches deep,
Yeah.
and then you fall through it, and he catches you.
Yeah, it probably stings.
It's the water that's... So the pool stops and there's just like a sheet of water above you?
I think I'm like holding you like a cat or something.
Like Simba.
There's a lion, oh look, there's a lion.
So you're then as you look around with the rest of in this room, you see that that those purple crevices, the purple like normally goes around through the bricks. It goes through and then it turns red as it goes to the other side of this cavern. And in this cavern, you see that there is another probably entrance or exit of a hall that goes down. And everything in here is fairly well lit. And like right by the wall is like bright light, and like 10 feet out is dim light. So about 15 feet from the wall, you can see pretty well. And at the far end, next to the hall, is a pool of red water, and it seems to be trickling red through cracks in the far wall. And dotted about this cavern are looks like statues that large pieces have been removed from.
Oh, God.
And around, you can smell, not just from the sewage, but there's a lot of like rot and decay that is in this room. Around some of the statues are lumps of rotting meat.
Cool, cool.
Does this look like they're there as an offering? Or they're left behind as like a refuse? Or...
I
Which
mean,
part? Oh, you mean like the
sounds
lumps?
Yeah.
Investigate, yeah. Okay. You can look between the two. The meaty chunks look like they've been removed from the statues.
Excellent. Oh. These are the petrified remains that are somehow being unpetrified by the hag and eaten.
Yeah, that's my guess.
Right.
Yeah. Yes, Carwin. I also came to that conclusion.
I was gonna say something, but then he was inspecting it real hard.
Yeah. All right. So so there's this pool. The pool glows. The red glows, and you can tell that there is something moving slowly underneath the surface. And this is a 15 foot wide and about 20 foot back pool of water.
Another alligator.
All right.
Are hags aquatic? I guess we should have asked that.
I don't know.
I guess we'll do an old. We come here seeking an audience with Mama Moist Boil.
Cool. Anybody who has Arcana or History can roll that.
Okay.
I am not an intelligent person.
14.
I don't really
History.
have much.
Anybody? Knowledge, History?
I have 14 Arcana.
14 Arcana. You also had a 14?
I like.
Oh, I
I can
got
roll for it.
I got 15.
Woo! There it is. Yes, you do know that there are such things that are that there you've heard in your through various Norwegian death metal songs and other stuff that there are water hags. They're called sea hags. You know that from some lyric from some other place. So you declare you seek an audience with Mama Moist Boil from the middle of the pool. It looks like a group of how to describe it. It's like the back of a cluster of serpents raises up out of the water, about yay big, and then you see a twisted woman's face come up, and then it continues to raise, and you see shoulders that end in tiny stumps on either side, and she continues to raise, and you can see that these serpentine tentacles or something are reaching into the water beside her, lifting her up, and she raises up to about waist deep.
We'll do a little bow.
I'll follow my brother's lead and curtsy.
I do a really exaggerated bow, but like not like funny, but like.
I just divert my gaze because I'm not certain exactly the mechanism of the stone thing, so I'm just like, maybe.
The red liquid is just dripping off of her. Her eyes are twisted in unusually large in size. They're round, kind of almost fish-like. Her mouth opens.
Fish-like.
Her mouth opens and like an anglerfish kind of teeth. Those long, slim needles go open up, and you see inside the webbing comes through and like down her throat, and then it forms into a mouth. And she says, "Why?"
Alright, I should not have gone to the bathroom at the moment we were talking about this.
Because Mama Moist Boil does not like.
Yes, we have encountered a group who are attempting to perform some more heinous acts, and we have learned that these fine fellows have definitely wronged you in the past, and since we were trying to prevent them from ensuing further ill toward other people, we thought perhaps we could seek your help in dealing with them, since this seems like something that would be an important action that you would want to take part in, perhaps.
Her body leans back, goes through the water a little bit, and then shoots up full body out of the liquid. She's bipedal. She has no arms, obviously. She raises up and then darts forward, and her body's just dangling underneath these serpentine tentacles, and she darts forward towards your face and says, "They killed my children!"
Then I guess we should go kill them.
Yes, where are they?
Back up this tunnel this way. You wanna go? Let's all go? Sounds good?
She starts to move around.
And Itachi knows he's not supposed to be talking, so he's just sort of smiling and nodding.
You see at the edges of the water two large-headed, like anaconda heads, like wide heads, lift up out of each of the sides, and then move forward down, like slither across into one of the other caverns, and then her body lurches forward, and you see that her head is 6 different serpents that are all like using kind of Doc Octopus style, and she moves down this hallway, not the hallway that you guys came in, and then out from there, you see two large, gangly monsters, just for the sake of illustration, for the size of how big they are compared to you guys. They come dragging their long, twisted arms. They come dragging out. And they kind of wander around. Did that just hit you in the face, or the cat?
No, the cat.
No.
Sorry. Continue.
No, you're fine. I just didn't know if you were suddenly in pain. So these monsters start walking around, and then from the shadow, she moves back through. She comes dangling through, and then lowers herself back into the pool, and just goes back under. And these two monstrosities with their long, dreaded hair just lumber towards the group.
All right, let's all go together then and take care of that. Sounds like
Well, I guess we should try climbing this wall back up, maybe? Do we think these guys will... I don't think these guys will fit in that tunnel, will they? Are they too big for the tunnel that we came through?
Maybe.
I don't really know the other ways out of this room, though.
Me
We're just
either.
kind of crawled in a grate.
I mean, maybe they'll just follow us somehow if we go that way. They'll just like bust through it or something.
Does anybody have a rope? I can't remember if we have rope.
Yep, you guys all do. You guys were wearing backpacks.
That's right. I'll attempt to climb up the wall so that I can drop a rope down for others.
Give it a shot.
And if I
Athletics.
fall, I'll just slow fall down. So. That's only a 10.
You're not falling, but you're not gaining anything. Anybody want to give her a boost?
Yeah, of course.
So with advantage this time.
Oh no! Now you're just
11.
sitting on Todd's shoulders.
11. Actually, it's slightly hot. Yeah, one better.
All right.
Alright, now just reach higher.
Of course, I could have just had our bird friend fly up with the rope.
Mr. Proactive himself.
Can you imagine
He's just like
trying to squeeze through a sewage passage with those big wings? They're full of shit right
you and
now.
your
There's-
wing envy.
I'm just. It's
so
it's
many-
horrifying to envision.
It would be impossible to burn
Shit-encrusted bird
through a
man.
tunnel.
Everyone
Would
watches
you
him duck walk through.
Would you like to fly up and tie this rope up there so that those without climbing ability?
Yeah, sure, why
I
not?
think he'd like to watch us struggle a bit longer, but
Okay, so Grep flies up and ties a rope off, and we use the rope to climb up.
All right, what are you tying it to? Say the grate that you guys originally came
Sure.
through, because there's not really anything else in there.
We'll tie a couple of ropes together if we have to.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys all climb up that rope. I'm not gonna make you roll for it. We're not gonna break any limbs climbing this. You guys go up. These monstrosities reach up, grab hold of the lip of the tunnel, put the other hand through the water, and then they go, and they just move like a float up through the water tunnel.
Nice.
Hooray!
So we go back with them and start going towards.
What?
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. In the muck, you can see, like as if you were watching a projection of their forms on the surface of the water, in the full 12-foot long, or probably like 9-foot tall bodies are just like on there. Kind of it's the guy from Adventure Time who's lived in the cube. And he's yellow.
Prismo.
yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of like that, but on the.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Then you guys go through the grate.
Yep.
Okay. You guys climb out, and then one after the other, they grow up through the grate. They climb out. Fenimo's like, thank you.
Alright, let's go.
Let's
go,
get them,
guys.
Let's go get the fine fellows and stop their device.
Sounds
That
like
was remarkably quick.
We let Todd talk.
Well done.
Thank you.
You are absolutely right that Todd.
children.
Yes, that we should let Todd talk. 100% correct.
Love it when my plans work. So she sent 2 more of her boys, eh?
Yes.
All right. Good.
Yes.
So, you guys have to stealth back through the hall.
Yeah.
Give us a stealth roll, everyone.
Oh boy, I sure hope these big boys are feeling stealthy. I got a
23.
7.
6.
6.
Okay.
So we all trip together
Except for me.
over the same rock.
15.
I
All
think
right.
Grep tripped me.
Whatever. My wings are just louder. I don't trip.
Hey, your shit-covered wings.
Okay.
Through that shit tunnel of sewage.
Which could not hover nor swim.
So you guys move through the hallway, and the ones who have less than 10, actually anyone who has less than a 13. You.
I had a 23.
Good.
Yeah. And Fatima once again, son of a bitch. He just struggles in this hall. There's a weird crosswind that just doesn't.
This whole hall is just really
This is
difficult.
really bad. He gets really nervous, and the flesh golem goes, huh? And looks down the hall, and turns and sees everyone standing there, and then meows loudly.
I guess we should run.
Exactly. Thank
Yeah.
you for that. It goes.
I just do prestidigitation to be a bunch of sparkles in his face. Like, alright, everybody, let's keep going. Quickly down the hallway.
Okay,
Can I cast something maybe?
if you so wish.
No, can we just leave?
Everybody else
not
leaves.
Alright, fine, we'll just leave.
You guys just running?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys are running. The flesh golem comes barreling, and the troll grabs it, holds it to the ground, and the other one starts rending it apart and gnawing on its flesh.
Fantastic.
They
Oh,
just
they're
kill
good.
it, the 2 trolls.
They just
They're getting
tear it
warmed
to
up.
shreds.
Getting
Yep.
warmed up. That's good.
Do you guys think that we'll beat the Merry Men?
The merry man.
The fine fellas. Yeah, I think we're in good hands.
No. Stop threatening her.
I think that there's a priestess who's going to be really pissed off.
She's no priestess. You hear
She's a
Fenimo say.
Philip
I mean, if she's mad, I guess she'd get mad at Mama Moist Boil. And I don't know how that altercation would go, but
I'd like to see it though. Make sure
make
you
it look
tell.
good. Just write one for the scroll.
So you guys are just heading back down,
Yeah.
and then going to just go straight for the.
I think so.
I think so.
Why not?
After seeing those 2 guys work, let's just go.
Yeah, let's go.
You guys got it. You can handle this.
So do you
I
want to try
feel good
to
about
like
this.
sneak into the room and be undetected, and then when these 2 come in the door and distract everybody, we try to catch them
sounds
off guard
good.
a little?
That sounds good to me.
I mean, we're about 50-50 on sneaking.
We haven't
What's
had
the
a lot
worst
of
that
good
could
luck with
happen?
it, but I'm willing to try again.
Bye.
All right. So.
So before we mix this up,
Mhm.
before we go engage someone who's pretty talented, do you want to maybe drink a potion of giant strength, or use an oil of sharpness on your weapon, perhaps?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Maybe the sharpness would be nice.
Well, I think the sharpness would benefit.
Oh, yeah, you have my new
More.
armor. Don't forget about that.
The strength, I think, would
Your
benefit
old
you the
armor.
most.
Old armor, yeah, that's what I meant.
What?
The strength would be the biggest swing for you, because it would take you from a +2 to a +6 for your stat bonus. So that would
On
be
strength stuff?
on any weapon you chose to swing in melee.
Okay.
I'm just saying it's a bigger numerical shift for you.
Yes.
And then sharpness to Itachi.
What does that do?
It makes
Your
your weapon
weapon
instead of like your weapon being +1 like it is currently, it'll be +3 for an hour. And you do wield sometimes?
Carries a shield.
Carry shield.
I
never mind.
carry a shield.
That's
Yeah,
a
I
good
thought I
choice.
forget that.
So that sets you guys up for a fine amount of success.
Another option would be letting me have a magical weapon option, since she already has a magical weapon.
It's true. I don't know that an oil of sharpness
Oil
would work on
sharpness
that.
has to be on a slashing.
That's true.
But I
that's
have
true.
a dagger. You could use a dagger.
What about those guns?
+1.
The oil of sharpness would make it +3.
True.
I don't know if a dagger is
It's a simple
a
weapon.
simple weapon. Okay. I just wanted to make
You
sure
can muck
that
with it.
I can muck with it. Yeah.
I'm assuming this sheet already factored my bonus damage into all these rolls.
So, if you drink that potion before we engage,
Okay.
you will be shifting from. You would be adding 4 to hit and 4 to damage.
All right. So how? I don't
Okay.
understand
Total
how
or
this-
in addition to?
In addition to what she has written on there.
I don't understand how the sharpness changes
So,
in the hand axe.
Yeah, but like
so-
this is +4 piercing. Does that include the +2 bonus?
Are you
for
using it
doing
on your
melee
hand
weapon
axe?
in one hand and nothing in the
Yeah,
other?
I'm using the hand axe.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
Because-
it is included.
because
Yeah,
your
it
status
gives
is-
sharpness
yeah.
to the hand axe. So I don't know what
I
that
don't
does.
okay.
+2.
Also, like,
Plus
Keep
two
in mind
attack
that you
and
have a
damage.
hand axe
Plus
plus
2 on what?
+2
hand
to
axe plus-
attack and damage.
hand axe plus 2 right now.
That's
Yeah.
whenever I roll the 20, right?
So
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
to
you
attack,
don't
and then
actually have that
also
written
we'll
down.
roll whatever damage is
Yeah.
you add.
So
to that as
it's
well.
in here.
yeah,
So
add 2 to everything.
add 2 to attack.
Or is
and
it 2 or
damage.
3?
it's 2.
2. 2 AC and then add 2 and everything, basically.
2 to attack.
To
So
attack.
2 on your 20s and 2 on whatever die you're using for your hand axe. You're using the coral hand axe?
She is.
That's a very nasty weapon with the sharpness on there.
Well, she's got the sharpness on a separate dagger.
Oh, gotcha. Never mind. You don't have sharpness.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That way, everyone has a magic weapon who primarily attacks.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Alright.
Alright, nothing's changed.
That's a +2 weapon.
True.
So 2.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's normally 1. So the difference. So you're going to be adding 5 to this one because that's a strength-based weapon.
It just makes it a
I mean,
+2
5.
magical
When
weapon.
you
Is
drink
that?
Yeah, so
potion
one
first,
first would be 10.
I'll just
You
decide that
6
in
for
for
10,
now.
and then your bonus to hit is your
Yeah, well, it's
proficiency
+2 to
3.
attack and damage if it's not
your
if it's on a
strength.
non-magic.
So it's a +6 normally.
Yeah, I noticed.
plus 11 to hit.
I
Whatever
just
this way.
called it a +2 for now because it's not going to be in my inventory.
Yeah, but it's a
And
+3.
consequently, if you
Oh,
have
it's a
dual
+3.
wielding, like you do sometimes,
Yep.
you will be.
Okay.
I
so-
do usually like a shield in the offhand because when I have a melee
For the
weapon in
next
one hand and no
hour.
other weapons, I get the +2 bonus to my damage.
Sounds good. Everybody.
We are. I think we're going to stop it here and then pick it up with that combat next time.
Okay.
Works for
That
me.
sounds good.
Alrighty. Going on a little adventure with Mama Moist Boils Boys.
Mom, moist boys.
Boys.
Yeah, that encounter with her was like so easy to convince. All you have to do is not do something really dumb.
Yeah.
So we did that right. Yeah.